That's what you're not understanding.
Any spell card. Any spell card. And
Any
it's
spell
a quick
card.
play. So that means you can use it on your
opponent
turn.
turn.
Right.
So what does it do?
Okay,
During the end phase that this card was played, for any number of spell cards that were played during this turn, add that many spellbook cards to your hand. Also, special summon one spellcaster type monster equal to the number of spellbook cards you added to your hand.
So the spell cards have to activate and resolve.
Does it have
no,
to be
no,
equal?
they only have to activate.
Does it
They
have
can
to be
resolve
equal
without
or
effect.
equal to
They
or
just
less
have to
than?
activate.
Equal to or less than.
So they only have to
sure?
successfully
Yes.
activate. So as
I'm
long as
positive.
they don't get
Equal
like
to or less
ratted
than.
or like judgmented, you're getting that plus.
So what I'm not understanding is why couldn't I playing against spellbooks? Why couldn't I just go? I'm going first. I can't make Maturity Beast and like set a warning and win.
Guess
Whoa.
Wait. The problem with that whole thing is all the spellbooks can be used once per turn.
That means
Well, it doesn't have to be spellbook.
No, there's such thing as drag, gore, like
Deck to your hand.
if spellbooks become tier 0,
You
that
can only
means
use
nobody
one
will
per
play any
turn.
of the deck.
That's why you have spellbook
I'm
of
going
master.
to be playing a deck
still
that makes
all once
consistent
per turn.
first turn net beasts.
No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding.
Now,
If I play it, listen. If I play it on my opponent's turn, okay? Say you start your turn.
For Nat Beast.
I activate, and you activate a spell card. I change divine spellbook of judgment, right?
At all. No other deck can do
I'm adding cards while you playing your turn.
Always counter.
Tier
There's
zero,
always a
that's
counter
true.
for everything. But there are decks that can like dominate. You know.
But he said for that deck to be tier 0, that means nothing else can logically be played and be expected to do well. No other deck. Now you're talking about that. It's just no other deck can even hope to do well. If the deck is tier 0, that's what that means. That's all powerful. Tier 1 means it's considered the best deck or whatever, but other decks can thrive. Tier 0 means nothing else matters.
Okay, you're talking about Taladad. I mean, all I have to do is run like what an anti-meta deck. You know, stop special summons. Like there's always a counter for everything. So you can't do that.
So then how's it a tier 0?
Tell it that.
Tier 0 because you define tier decks about how much they dominate the game. Slugs are just going to dominate basically the entire meta. There's only a few select decks that can beat the front.
Tell it that, especially at the end, they played all that anti-meta stuff. So even the
I'm gonna bring
anti-meta
this up
stuff fuck with it.
in a few months and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
So you're thinking about something come back?
I don't know why. I don't know why y'all don't believe it.
I don't see that.
Listen, it's two decks. Two decks will dominate the next format. Spellbooks and Fire Kings. That's it. That's it. Everything else is below them two decks. Fire Kings already dominate OCG. Dominate. Like it's not even close.
We get different cards over here, so it may be a little different, and we don't know the balance.
Okay. All right. So they go hit Fire Kings. They go hit Fire Kings preemptively.
They've done stuff like that before.
no, not rarely.
Rarely.
It's happened.
So you hoping and wishing.
But chances are,
I'm not hoping and wishing for shit.
They're gonna have to. They're not gonna preemptively hit Divine Judgment of Spellbook.
They don't have to hit the card directly.
I have track. Who fucking cares about beats?
How are you gonna pop track off if I'm not gonna attack? If you're trying to,
so you're not gonna attack.
So you're trying to do everything. If you do everything,
We gonna wait for the plus then. We just gonna wait for the plus then.
if you do everything, I'm negating everything before you fucking. You can. Oh well, activate, negate.
Okay.
Activate, negate. Activate. Negate.
Okay, and guess what spellbooks will do to you? With Nat Beast, they'll make you
You can
deck
only
out.
do it once per turn, and you have a hand.
That's false. That's false.
So
Because you only get 6 cards in
Yes.
hand.
You can't deck out with 6 cards in your hand.
And your spell cards will not net you any
If
sort of
they're
search
all-
or plus
if all
they
6
get
are
negated and
spells.
destroyed.
If they're all 6 are spells, then you're gonna activate once per turn.
I'll mill
Hoping they're
12
all
cards
not
if you
spells.
Wait.
Are you guys just being
So what
stupid?
deck are you running that you're making Nat Beast?
You can run. You got 6 heads make Nat Beast.
Okay,
6
6
heads.
heads.
Easy
Okay.
as hell to make Nat
Okay.
Beast.
What
X
else?
Sabers, Nat Beast.
So you gonna run X Sabers and lose to everything else.
You just said. You
It's tier 0. So everything else does not matter. That's all that's gonna get played. So why would I not play something that's gonna make that?
You
All
asked.
I'm gonna see is spellbooks.
Your question was Your question was what makes Net or Beast. I named
what
I named two.
But you're going. Okay, good for you. Good for you. So how you gonna beat Fire Kings? How you gonna beat Fire Kings with X7?
So that means it's
Now you're gonna
Prophecy's
switch over.
job to beat all the
Now you're gonna switch over. That beast is just one option.
You're making one deck. You're naming one deck that can make one monster to stop one deck.
But if it's tier 0, then that's all you're
That
gonna see.
beast was one
If it's
option.
that damn good, niggas will spring for that because niggas was springing out
Okay, you know what?
$1,000+ for the Tell Dad deck. When that nigga was at $300, what makes you think they won't come out
I
$100 do that
understand.
bitch over there?
But you're saying that it's not going to dominate next format, which is not true.
For a deck to be tier 0,
That
no
means
other deck can compete.
no other deck
You
can compete
would be
logically.
stupid to not play that deck. Why would you play Fire Kings when the other deck was
Okay, you
tier 0?
still play fucking 6 Samurais.
But 6 Samurais beat the best deck. That's the only deck
And
people
we're
are
also
playing.
talking about Fire King.
Nobody will play that because they'll lose to all the people.
Because they lose to SpellBooks.
Listen, there are going to be 6 decks that are very, very good.
Well, then there's no tier 0 deck.
Exactly.
But
Good fucking
SpellBooks
point
will
right
be the
there.
best deck.
Good point.
That's not tier 0.
It's the best.
Being the best deck
Wine
is not
is the
making
best
it
deck
tier
right
0.
now. It's far from tier 0.
See what you fell in the you're putting everything in the context of windups. Okay, windups are the best deck of a format. Okay, spellbooks are a format changer. Period. They change the game. They have the most broken card in Yu-Gi-Oh history.
That ain't real.
It's not real.
Close to real.
What is the most broken card in Yu-Gi-Oh history?
The most broken.
Emperor Cast, Emperor Dragon.
Well, I was just gonna say that. There you go, right
There's a
there.
reason why that card can never logically come back.
Have you ever? No.
Hey, you can go +10 all you want to. That just makes for a fatter Emperor Dragon if I can summon them.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, but still, have you
3K.
ever heard of a
Man,
plus-
you got 10 cards in
It
your
doesn't even
being.
matter.
Sweet.
Plus 20. I mean, technically in a mirror match, Divine Judgment is unstoppable.
It adds to your hand at the end of the turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you go +20,
Okay.
you have to discard
On your
13
turn,
of those
it's a
cards.
quick play.
Not if I play it on your turn.
You're right, on your turn. Exactly. So I get to go +20 on your turn.
And then I get
Have you
all
ever
those
heard of
cards that are in my
Have
hand.
you ever heard of that? No. You rarely hear +3.
Spell cards played that turn.
Spell cards played that turn.
The spell cards
And you get the
played that
special
turn.
summon.
Any spell card played. Any spell
After
card
all this
played.
shit, after all this shit,
So,
hold on, no. After
I
all
can
this
play
shit
a
they
deck
play,
with no
this is
spell
hilarious.
cards. Or I
After
can
all
choose
this shit
not
you
to play
guys
my
play,
spell cards, and that means you
I'm
can't activate that
letting-
card on my
purposely
turn.
I'm just gonna wait to chain it to whatever spell cards you play.
So
Then I'm gonna play Lances on your turn. I'm gonna play Misties on your turn.
What day of peace
Anything
you
I
got
can
this
play
shit?
just to play it. I'm getting off.
Okay, you're gonna lose everything else.
You're gonna deck out because you're fucking drunk. And then next time you're gonna try to do the same shit, and I'm gonna fucking stop it again, and you're gonna deck out.
You gotta go. Okay. All right.
Stall that's always sucked. That's why nobody.
So if they
that's
go
why
plus,
nobody
if they
plays
go
it.
+7, guess what? You're at a supreme disadvantage because they can special
Guess
summon.
what?
They're gonna
The
special summon
fundamentals
Priestess
give you
immediately.
Card advantage. Card advantage. So
Which
if I
has
go
been
like
strongly
+7 or
irrelevant
+10, you know,
before that.
I'm you table for turn.
That can be argued. Windups only needs 2 cards.
I know, but you're
That's not card
gonna
advantage.
plus though. So at the
That's
end
not
of
card
the day,
advantage.
you have more
That's not card
cards.
advantage. 2 cards in your hand? If you have fucking shark, then
We're
you
talking
top deck a
about
magician.
one card
That's it.
converting into 10. So
Yeah,
at the
it's not
end,
card
no,
advantage.
we're talking
That
about
is
the
card
aftermath.
advantage.
It doesn't matter about
That's
what you
huge cards of
have.
card advantage.
Well,
Huh?
same. It's the same.
It's the same thing. It's card advantage is the same thing.
I bet you don't want to run into no damn trag after they done divine judgment in your ass.
Right. So I'll go +10 already to the 6
what are you
hour
gonna do?
and at 16. 16 times 8. Jesus. 8 times 8.
Probably.
And then, like, I
64
could be teching
times 2.
cylinder or something because Trag is real.
What do you say? What do you say?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, cylinder.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if the deck is as good as it is, bad cards will be considered better because bad cards
Guess
will
what?
need to be
Guess
played
what?
to beat
You
that.
can tech in cylinder. You can tech in cylinder because when my turn starts, I'm gonna summon High Priestess and pop your back row.
Exactly. So
So
all
you
your
not
back
only set
row are
one card.
non-chainable are going to be dead.
What if they're chainable? What if I'm not playing cylinder?
Where are you going to play?
What if what's a split?
So I can't play cards like Phoenix Chain to make
We'd all be
Trag
high,
go
right?
zero?
Guess
Well,
what?
be high, right?
You know what?
I'm saying though.
I can predict you're going to try to do all this bullshit, so I'm just going to fucking tech and trap stuff. Good for you. I'm gonna tech and trap stuff.
You gonna trap stun on my turn?
No, I'm gonna trap stun when you do shit. Like
When
finish
I finish
chain.
chain your Treg and something Wyvern, you can trap stun on my turn?
What do you mean? Well, I mean, technically, yeah. I could do that. It's a
And
trap.
then I have traps that I can use on your turn.
Okay.
I'm saying that there's
But
too
the
many
thing
cards.
is-
There's too many cards in this game for any deck to be considered tier 0.
Okay, so I bet y'all said that. I bet y'all said that when the ban list hit, and they dropped Carrier to 1, and they drop Hunter to 1, and y'all said, oh, blinders. I got plenty of shit, big
Right.
red.
Oh, I got Phoenix chain. They're not gonna stop that.
So listen,
Play more than 100 anyway.
so listen,
But I'm saying, but they destroyed the loop.
so wind up
So it created a new way to play it because they didn't touch it.
Right, but the same arguments were made
but they were
when the
still
ban
the
list
best
came
deck
down.
despite
People
those
said, "Oh,
few
windup's
traps
dead. You can't do the loop no more." But people found a different way to play it. What I'm telling
How we
you.
represent that big bunny, bitch.
I'm not saying that. Here's, I'm telling you. I'm like alleging that SpellBooks will be better than windups.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
I can accept that.
tier 0.
I can accept that they're going to be tier 1.
A deck to be
It's
tier
been
0.
agreed upon that
Most
it will be
likely,
tier
the
1.
closest
Closest
will be
deck that
better
we've
than
gotten to tier 0.
How are you
In the
gonna
past,
say that
you're
you're
talking
not
about
zero
that
when you
when
can
you're
only
at
offer
full
up
power,
one
and
deck? One type of technique that can defeat SpellBooks is only Nat Beast. That's your only argument. Nat Beast. Nat Beast.
If the deck becomes that real, then you cannot rule out Net Beast. You cannot rule out Net Beast at all. Would you gonna say? You gonna say, oh, you got to go pull out the Net Beast out your ass? Hell yeah, because that broke.
I'm saying that the majority of matches.
There's also cards. There's also cards.
Do you know how many cards I can
Like,
technically
I got
that are get rid of Nat Beast?
So like, do you know
didn't say
what
that.
Do you know how many cards I can
Can I
sign?
not side that against that deck?
Did not say that Net Beast like you're not gonna have outs. Obviously, if Net Beast gives you that many problems, you're gonna have outs.
Appropriate could perhaps become real then. If that card becomes that much of a problem.
Appropriate doesn't help because appropriate is when they draw.
And you'd be playing something like 1 piece. It would be a certain deck. Or a certain way you play the deck.
Appropriate, you
So
draw.
it's hard to
You draw 2 and your opponent draws 1.
No, in the spellbook, in the new spellbooks, you don't play 1 day a piece no more.
I'm
They
saying
gonna drop 1 day a piece to 1 anyway.
you would do that
That's it.
yourself. Why don't they do that?
Yeah.
What has one day apiece done for them to drop it? How is
Neither player takes damage. Or
what has
Let's go back to the subject.
Unstoppable.
Let's go back to the subject. We're falling off.
It's one of the best
One
cards
day
in time.
one day is going to 1.
It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is,
It is.
One day makes decks like Chain Burn and Empty Jar playable. So that because Konami hates Empty Jar and they hate Chain Burn, they're gonna make sure that you can't play 1 day a piece. What?